Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to a new pickups video. Got some good stuff to share with you guys today. Now, it's not a whole lot of stuff, as I have mentioned in my last few pickup videos that I'm really slowing down on pickups for my collection, as I pretty much have built up the collection I really want now, and I have actually been going through and purging more stuff of unwanted games that I don't want. But I'm still picking up a couple odds and ends here, mostly strategy guides, as there are still some strategy guides I'm looking for my collection, and it'll sprinkle in a few games here and there that I see. Of course, you know, when there are new games released, you know, for 9th gen and 8th gen stuff, obviously there's some of those coming out that I want to add to my collection as well, and then a few older ones that I might have forgot about. So you guys will see a few games today. Now, I've got stuff from a variety of places. We got stuff from Amazon, eBay, half-price books, my local game stores, GameStop, and GameFly, and then I also have a gift, which we'll start off with the gift. Now, I got this from my buddy Christian. He's given me other gifts in the past. Really good dude, really cool. We used to work together a long time ago at Walmart, so that's been like 20 years ago now, but a really good guy, and he's a big fan of the Xbox and PlayStation and stuff. Only he's kind of like my brother though when it comes to gaming, is he'll buy a game, play it, beat it, and then he's done with it because he's not going to replay it again, and he trades it in or sells it. And he had asked me if I'd actually ever played this one for Xbox One, and I did not. And that was a game called Shadow Warrior, which looks really sweet. It is a first-person shooter. Now, I asked my buddy Dean if he had played it, because I know that he has played the Shadow Warrior games, and he told me that it is actually a pretty awesome game. And he's like, yeah dude, if he's offering to send it to you, I would take him up on it, because it's really cool. He did let me know though that there are 2 sequels, Shadow Warrior 2 and 3, so there is a Shadow Warrior trilogy, but he's pretty sure that it's digital only. But it's still cool to get the first game, as I would love to play this, as it looks really awesome. The graphics look great, and it says here on the back, it says, betrayed and left for dead, corporate shogun Lo Wang must acquire a legendary katana possessed by evil gods hell-bent on destroying our world. Using a masterful combination of gun, blade, magic, and deadly wit, uncover the truth behind the demonic invasion and banish evil back into eternal darkness. With mystical powers, upgradable arsenals, elegant swordplay, and Shadow Warrior Reborn. The classic first-person shooter gameplay, thrilling action, and inventive combat blend with a modern retelling of Lo Wang's hilarious legend. So definitely awesome, really cool. So Christian, thank you so much for sending this, and Dean, thank you for letting me know about it. So I was really glad that he sent this to me, and I can't wait to play this. So keep an eye out, guys, in the future. In one of my weekly gaming playlist videos, I will be sharing my thoughts on this when I do get to play it. So really cool with that. Now we'll move on to one thing I got from eBay, and this is a strategy guide that's very rare. I found it for only $20 with free shipping. However, when it got mailed to me, the seller accidentally sent me a Goofy movie CD, and he sent my strategy guide to another buyer who actually bought the CD. And so I was really bummed out. I asked him, hey, you know, you sent me the wrong thing. Do you guys have that strategy guide I want? He's like, oh, sorry, dude, I sent it to the wrong guy. He's like, here, I went ahead and refunded your money. He refunded, but he was like, hey, I can tell you something, you know, if you want, I'll mail you with the label, and you can ship the CD to the guy, and I'll have the guy mail the book to you. And I said, cool, all right. And so it was like a week later, I still had not received the label to send this guy's CD to him. So I'm like, okay, I guess I just won't get the book. But I did get an update from a tracking number saying that a package was being sent to me. And so I contacted the seller and was like, hey, you know, I was like, you talked about us being able to send each other the packages. You know, I was just wondering if, you know, that label was coming so I can give that guy his CD. And he said, oh, he doesn't want it. However, I sent him the label for you, and so you should receive your strategy guide very soon. I'm really sorry that happened, man. He's like, this, you know, I do a lot of stuff on eBay, and this isn't something that's ever really happened to me before, but, you know, I'm really sorry it happened. I'm just glad that you are going to receive it, and that you got your refund for it. He's like, Hopefully, if you ever shop with me again, we will never have this problem again. I do apologize again. So it was really cool actually get the strategy guide for free, and it did arrive. And that is the Darkstone strategy guide, Prima's official guide. So this one does about the PC, but it also works for the PlayStation 1 because I play this on the PlayStation 1. This is an extremely rare strategy guide. Usually goes for like $100 to $200 if you can find it. I only ever see a very few of them on eBay, and this one's in really, really good condition. So was amazing finding this for cheap, and then I ended up getting it for free because I got refunded and I had to wait a couple extra weeks, but it actually just arrived the other day. And so that was really nice of that seller. His obligation was literally just to refund me, but he went the extra mile and sent the guy a label so he could mail it to me, which is really nice of him. So that's really cool. So I'm not someone that jumps on to conclusions right away when it comes to eBay, because I understand we're all human, we all make mistakes, and so I give people a chance to rectify the mistake. I'm not just gonna leave negative feedback and be all angry. I understand things happen, we all make mistakes, and the guy made it right. So that was awesome. So happy to have this. This is one of the rarest strategy guides in my collection now, and I can't wait to use it to help me finish beating the PS1 game, because I have never beat it before. I've played it multiple times but never beat it, and this guide will come in handy. So that is really awesome. Let's see. Guess we go to the next thing I got from Amazon. I ordered this back, I think it was in May. A really cool edition, another strategy guide. I don't even have the game yet, but I'm going to eventually get it. It's for the Nintendo Switch. And there was two versions of this. There was a regular and this hardbound one. And Amazon had an exclusive sale on it. I got it for $26. I think with tax and everything, it ended up being like $28 shipped. Still brand new and sealed. That is The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, the complete official collector's edition strategy guide. Really awesome, because this is supposed to retail for $45, but Amazon had a special on back then for that $26 price tag with the free shipping, and so I jumped on it. It got delayed because it was supposed to be in June, and it got moved here till July, and I just got this the other day in the mail. That's awesome. So I can't wait to eventually get this for the Nintendo Switch, as I do love Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and this is a sequel to it, so very awesome. You can get this anywhere on other places too, eBay and stuff. Amazon actually still has a few copies available, but this is going to be one of those strategy guides that's going to be rare and expensive, especially because it's Zelda, it's Nintendo, and because they don't make too many of these strategy guides these days. So if you ever see a strategy guide coming out for a modern game, highly recommend you pick it up when you can at the beginning, because down the road it's going to be super expensive, like that Red Dead Redemption 2 strategy guide that goes for like $100 to $200 now. They only print so many at the beginning of that, and then that's it, because strategy guides are not popular these days. They don't really make them. So I recommend, if that's something you want, I would get it now rather than later, or you're going to have to pay a lot for it. Alright, and now we'll move on to stuff from Half Price Books. So on my vacation and a few other days that I was off, went to a couple different half-price books and found some cool stuff. First up, I found some gaming magazines for $1. I got this Old School Gamer magazine, issue 4 from May of 2018. Very cool. I never heard it before. Just looked kind of neat. Had a poster and stuff in there, so I thought for $1 it'd be kind of cool to check out. And then they also had this independent Super Nintendo magazine, Super Play, issue 48, October 2017. From Future Publications, and I'm pretty sure that this is a United Kingdom magazine that somebody imported over here, or maybe you could subscribe to it or something, but just look kind of cool. I haven't seen too many modern magazines that talk about retro stuff. I know there's a few like Retro Gamer and a few retro magazines out there, so I thought for $1 it'd be kind of cool. And it's got all kinds of old classic stuff in there, so I thought this would be neat to add to the collection for $1. I love these old video game magazines, and even ones that aren't too old. They're just fun. I like to read them. I got some strategy guides there as well. For $10, I got the strategy guide for Overlord 2, and it's a little mini guide, which is kind of cool. It's in really good condition. Happy to have that, because I have beat the first one. I never did finish beating the second one, so I'm going to restart the story and use this to help me beat it, but it looks great. I've got Brothers in Arms, Hell's Highway for $6, which is great. I love this game. I am close to beating it, but I want to get all the secrets and stuff, so this guide will help me with that. Awesome game. If you've never played it before, highly recommend it. Great game. For $5.99, I got Lost Planet Extreme Conditions, which I love the Lost Planet games. Never did beat it, and so I have been on the lookout for the strategy guide, so I'm glad to finally have that. Next up we have Vikings Battle for Asgard. That was $8.49, which I love this game. I have beat it, but I did not ever get all the collectibles, and it's been many years since I've played it, so I do want to replay it. A really awesome, violent, third-person game. It's great, and this strategy guide will help me with finding all the secrets. Next up for $9.99, I got a strategy guide for Prototype 2, which I love the Prototype games. I played the first one, but I need to beat it, and then I eventually need to beat number 2 here. This has all the hidden stuff, walkthroughs and everything. Glad to have that. Next up for $9.99, I got the Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham official game guide, which I love these Lego games, and these strategy guides are very helpful because there's a lot of stuff to do in the game. This tells you how to find all the characters, all the secrets, mini kits, red bricks, gold bricks, and more. And you can see it's a huge, thick strategy guide because this is a very massive game full of hundreds of Batman characters, and I love these Lego games, so very happy. I have almost all the Lego strategy guides now. This is one of the few that I was missing, so very happy with that. And the last one I got from them, another really thick guide for $12.49, was Borderlands the Pre-Sequel, which I love Borderlands games, and I am trying to get all the strategy guides for the various Borderlands games that I own, so this is one I was missing, so that was really awesome. Happy to have that. And I got a game from them. This is for Xbox 360. I used to have this game, but I traded it off a while ago. I was really disappointed that I did that because I wanted to get it back in my collection again. And this one was a little pricey at $22.49, but it was still like $10 and $15 to $20 cheaper than my local game stores. And that was The Darkest of Days. So a first-person shooter, which you get to go back in time and bring in modern weapons and stuff. Now, it wasn't the best game in the world, but I really enjoyed it, and I had to get this one back in my collection. It is complete and pretty good condition, so very happy to have that now. Let's go over the one thing I got at GameStop, which, you know, GameStop, I pretty much like going to them when I get new games. I'll pre-order from them, but I do occasionally go in there and will buy some used ones. This one was brand new. You guys have seen it in my weekly playlist videos, and that was Aliens Dark Descent for Xbox Series 1, Xbox Series X. Really awesome, fun, isometric. It's like an RTS kind of mixed with XCOM, but it's a little different than XCOM because you control all your squad as one cohesive unit, and you don't have individual commands. It's in real time. It's not, you know, turn-based or anything, but I've been having a blast with this. I've got a couple of the missions done, but I'm actually waiting for them to release the patch for consoles because there are still some bugs that I've encountered that had made me have to start over. I had a couple game-breaking bugs, but overall I've been having a lot of fun with this. Now, this was launched brand new for $40, but I had my monthly $5 off coupon, and then I used 10,000 points today, $10, so I got 15 off, so I got this for $25. Really awesome game. Highly recommend this on any platform. It is great. If you love Aliens, you'll definitely love this. So that was from GameStop. Now we'll go over stuff from my local game store. Now, this first strategy guide I actually got for free because I actually ordered strategy guide Saints Row 1 and Saints Row 2 for my buddy Dean, and I sent him those. However, when they sent Saints Row 2, the person accidentally sent another Saints Row 1 strategy guide, which is here. And so my buddy apologized, and he said he didn't want to do the hassle of mailing it back to their warehouse where they have their games, so he said I could just have it. And he eventually sent the Saints Row 2 guide, and I was able to send that to Dean, and so I got a free Saints Row 1 guide, which I did not have. So really cool, and it's in really, really nice condition too. So I got a freebie from the local game store. That was really awesome. And then I got a few more strategy guides here. For $5, I got the official Fighter's Companion for Mortal Kombat 4. It's a little beat up. The one final page in the back is actually coming out, but that's alright. It's not like, you know, has to be in the best condition. It's in what I would say loved and used condition. You know, somebody actually used this strategy guide. This is actually a pretty fairly rare guide to find. That's one reason why I pulled the trigger for $5, because it goes for about $15 to $20, sometimes even $30 if you can find it. And for me, $5, excellent price. Loved Mortal Kombat 4, it was really cool. And this has all the secrets and stuff in it, so kind of neat. I do have most of the Mortal Kombat guides. Next up we have Mass Effect 2 strategy guide, which I actually had bought this for my buddy Dean, but he didn't realize he already had a copy. And so I got this one and just kept it for myself, as it was originally priced at $15. I let my buddy know that I ordered it, and my buddy didn't need anymore, and so he actually knocked $10 off of it and let me have it for $5, and that's why I bought that Mortal Kombat guide. And there's another guide I'm going to show you guys next that I got with this as well. So I did not have Mass Effect 2 strategy guide, so now I've got Mass Effects 1 and 2. Now I just need to get Mass Effect 3, because I also have Mass Effect Andromeda's strategy guide, so I'm only missing one more to complete my Mass Effect strategy guide collection. So happy to have this. And the other one here, is really excited to get this, was the Onimusha 2 Samurai Destiny Strategy Guide. It's supposed to have a giant poster, but it's missing it, but it's in really good condition. This is another one that usually goes for 10, 15, 20 bucks. So to get for $5, so, buddy hooked me up with a deal to get all 3 of these guides for $5 each when I originally had paid $15 for this. I basically got like 2 guides for free. Great place, so I love my local game stores, so really happy to have that in the collection now, as I would like to go back and beat Onimusha 2 again, but get all the secrets and stuff, because I beat it without a strategy guide in the past, and I know that I definitely missed secrets and stuff. This will help me find all those secrets, so that was awesome. Got a couple more guides from them. First up, I got this one for Taifu Wrath of the Tiger official strategy guide. They had it priced at $5. I had another one for $15, but they marked this one down because it had a sticker on there which they couldn't remove. It's an old Best Buy sticker. I mean, I could get it off with Bestine, but it's just like preserving a piece of history when they used to have strategy guides, so I'm just going to leave it on there. This just looked like a really fun game for the PlayStation 1, so I definitely have to look for a copy, but now I've got the strategy guide for it, so that's awesome. And the last one I got here was $15. It's for a game that I got really far in. It is Gauntlet 7 Sorrows. Really cool. Played this on PlayStation 2. I also played it on the original Xbox, and that's the one I want to finish beating it, and this has all the secrets and stuff that are in that game. Now, this is not as good as the classic Gauntlet games, but it was still pretty fun, and I enjoyed it, so we got that. I got 2 games from them. This first one, I think it was like $15 or $16. I had thought I had this game, which I did in the past, but I forgot that I sold it off to a buddy after I beat it, and I never added it back to my collection. I picked up one for my buddy Dean, and so I thought, hey, I'm getting him one. Oh yeah, I want to get that game again, so I picked up a copy for myself, and that is Jurassic The Hunted for Xbox 360. It's a first-person shooter where you fight dinosaurs and stuff. It's pretty cool. Did get a lot of hate back in the day, but I really enjoyed it, and so I'm glad to have it complete and back in my collection, so that was a great find. And the last game I got from them, which is pretty cool. I know I heard about this game from John Hancock's channel a long time ago. I think his video was like 4 or 5 years ago, where he went for a complete greatest hits collection. And this one's a fairly rare and hard to find one. I already have this, but it's just kind of a neat little collector's piece. I'd always said I'd want to get it, because it is 2 games I really loved on the PS1, and that is the Driver Twin Pack, which has Drivers 1 and 2 as greatest hits, but this was re-released. The original greatest hits, were released in the early 2000s. This was from 2004, and they were talking about Driver 3. It's supposed to have a bumper sticker, but it's missing it, but it does come, and it's a double pack that has 3 discs, as it's part of a set, and they actually have white discs, has both of the manuals in there. And so you'll know you have this set correctly if it has white discs, because the original greatest hits versions of 1 and 2 that were released separately came with like silver ones, but these collector's editions and sets, they always put them in white discs. So if you ever find this, you want to make sure it is complete with the outer sleeve, the case. It should have the bumper sticker, but it's not a huge deal. I don't have the bumper sticker, I don't really care, but it is cool having this. Now, I'm not really collecting too many variants these days, but I was really happy to get it. It did get it for $30, which is not a bad deal for it. It usually goes for 40 or 50 to 60 online, so I was really happy to have this in the collection. There's not too many more PS1 games I wanted, but this was one that I had been looking for years ago, completely forgot about, and then I happened to see it on the shelf like this, the twin pack. I'm like, oh yeah, that's that twin pack I've been looking for, and oh, it's only 30 bucks. Let's check the condition, and it was in good condition, so I added to the collection. So really awesome. Love Drivers 1 and 2. Great games on PS1. And now we'll end with stuff from Gamefly. I love Gamefly. I rent a lot of games from them, and then when if I like the game, I use the keep button, which I did on all of these. So first up, for Nintendo Switch, I got a game called Demon Throttle. Pretty cool. It has old like 8-bit graphics. Reminds me kind of like of Pocky and Rocky. Looked awesome, and I got this for $19.20. So really cool and in great condition. What I love about Gamefly too is when you buy games from them, they send you the case, because when they rent them out, they only send the disc or the little cartridge. They don't give the person the case unless you buy it. And if there are codes in there, they're always unused. So I was really happy to have that. I got a new Switch game. And then this is like $28, I got Metroid Prime Remastered. Awesome game. Loved it on the GameCube, and I knew I wanted to get on the Switch because this actually got kind of a small print run for the Nintendo Switch. I know people had a hard time locating copies locally. Like my local game stores, each store only occasionally will have a copy for sale, as they mostly did it they wanted people to buy it digitally. So I was really happy to get this. Looks really cool. It has reversible artwork as well, and I was happy to get this for $28 because locally here, these kind of Nintendo Switch games, the Marios and your Metroids and Zeldas, all of those are always priced expensive. You know, always stay in that $50, $60 range, and when I can get them for a good deal on Gamefly, I definitely will go there. So really happy, can't wait to play this one, as it's been years since I played, so that was awesome. And then we'll end with 2 games for the Xbox Series X. First up, this is the Day 1 edition of the Callisto Protocol, which I got for $19.20. And what was really cool is it came with the unused DLC code, so I got some extra weapon skin and outfit for Jacob to wear. I had a lot of fun with this, beat the game, loved it. I'm actually going through and beating it again. I like that it was a spiritual successor to Dead Space, but it's different than Dead Space. It is its own world and its own thing, and it has mostly melee combat, but there are some guns and stuff. But I really enjoyed this story. Got a lot of hate, but I really enjoyed it, and I would recommend checking out. I am eventually going to buy the DLC for it, which I know people weren't a big fan of the Final Transmission DLC, but I would like to see the game's true ending, as they left the ending in this original version with open-ended cliffhanger. So I'm looking forward to eventually adding that, but I really loved it. It was awesome, and it was cool that this was the Day 1 edition, which I did not know. It was the Day 1 edition, which is basically the pre-order bonus version, so that was cool to get from Gamefly. That's what I love about Gamefly is, like I said, you always get the case sent to you, and sometimes they surprise you by giving you a different version of it. Like I ordered the game Vertigo from them, and I got a collector's version of it that I didn't even know that's what they were sending, so really cool. Love Gamefly. I've been going to them for years now, over 20 years. Awesome service. And the final game, which you guys have seen in some of my recent weekly gaming playlist videos for Xbox Series X, was Dead Space, the remake. Love this game. It's a remake of the old classic Dead Space that was on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC. It is a remake, not a remaster, meaning it's was built from the ground up. It has the basic story and setting, and the set pieces look the same, but there are some changes to it as well. There's another ending. You have multiple endings. There's new collectibles. You have all the classic monsters, tons of weapons and stuff. They've tweaked with the upgrade system with the nodes. They added this new security clearance feature where some rooms are actually locked. And what was great about this is there's a big difference between Dead Space original and this remake. Is in this one there's 12 chapters total like the first game, but from chapters 1 through 11 you can go back when you've unlocked different parts of the ship and retrace your steps and get stuff you might have missed, especially because the clearance level. So if you don't have clearance level 3, you might encounter a room earlier in the game. You can go back and get the stuff that's in that room. There's also 3 side missions that weren't in the main game that are in this, you can take the tackle if you want to. You don't have to, but it's something you can do on the side, which is great. And it also has the great new game plus mode, which I can't wait to play. I'm on it's either chapter 8 or 9 now. I've been playing this the last couple of weeks. Awesome game. Highly recommend. Love it. Definitely think you guys should add it to your collection. This was priced at $25, but I used my $5 off GameFly coupon that they give you every few months, and I got it for 20 bucks. Awesome deal, because this still sells for $70 new in my area, and like 55 to 60 used depending on the store. So really happy to add this to my collection, as this one just came out in January. Absolutely loving it. I would love for them to make a Dead Space 2 and 3 remake down the road, so very happy with that. So there you guys go. Like I said, not a whole lot of pickups. I added some games, mostly strategy guides, but I am really happy and content with the collection that I have built. You know, I guys have built up a great library of titles for various consoles, and I'm really happy with the stuff I found. If I didn't add anything else, I would be happy with my collection, but you guys will still see a few pickup videos here and there, as I'm still looking for some odds and ends for my PSP, some strategy guides, and of course there are new games coming out for the Switch and the Xbox Series X that I would love to add to my collection. Few PS4 games as well, so you guys will still see some pickups on my channel, but just not as much and not as frequent as they used to be in the past. Let me know if you guys have picked up anything. If you guys have a pickup video of stuff you got recently, share it with me, as I'd love to check it out. Alright guys, I want to thank you for watching. Take care. You guys have an amazing day, and Sleepy will see you next time.